What's happening, guys? Welcome back to On the Firing Line with Matt and Joe.
That's right, we're back again.
Yeah, we are back. We can actually say it again. So we got our trusty laptops looking super official here in our laboratory dungeon. And we're just going to have quick questions. Joe's going to bring some light about the new assault weapons ban in California.
Oh, God.
Because it's very convoluted.
It is very confusing.
And I'm confused by it, and there's questions that I want to ask him, and I know that I'm sure some of you guys are probably interested in hearing this too. I've asked Joe to kind of give us the layman's answer, I guess, as much as you can. I know some of this stuff doesn't really make a lot of sense, so it's hard to give a layman's answer.
It's good though that you asked that, because a lot of people come into the shop tactical, and one of the things that we run into is they don't really understand that you can still buy an AR in California.
Yes.
They're not completely banned.
Right.
As a matter of fact, all they really did was change the wording so that instead of using a bullet button, now you have to open the action to remove the magazine.
Okay.
And we're already seeing a flood of people come up with different ideas of how to defeat that law.
Necessity being the mother of invention.
Exactly. And you know, that's exactly what it's all about. People are always going to figure out a way around it, because we are going to get what we want. I mean, that's what it's about, being American, right?
I was actually thinking.
Be American,
exactly
yes.
That. So, I mean, in California, you say you have your AR-15 or your AK, and it has a bullet button on it. For you that don't know, a bullet button, when you press your magazine release, your magazine does not fall out.
Right.
You have to use the tip of a bullet or like the tip of a ballpoint pen, something in that shape, to actually push into the center part of your mag release.
And that's how it got its name, because originally in the original law it said that the bullet could be used as a tool.
A tool.
And so using that tool to take the magazine out was exactly
it was a second party tool, so
and was okay under the law. And of course politicians didn't like that. I mean, it was already a violation against our rights, because let's just put it to the point, it's not friendly to the Second Amendment at all. And it's to me it's very sad, because here in California, when we have politicians that can arbitrarily change the definition of words to fit their will and their way, then you know, it's our duty as Americans to stand up to that as well. So,
yeah, because who's going to keep them in check, and that's going to keep them from saying anything they want in the future.
Yeah, and it's stupid. It's dreamland. It's not going to work. You know, the fact of the matter is, we look at Los Angeles, where they passed an ordinance, what they were supposed to turn in high capacity magazines or something.
Okay, and nobody showed up.
Right. I
Yeah.
think it was Los Angeles. I could be wrong on that, but. Yeah, nobody turned them in. And what do they expect in California when our high-capacity magazines are all supposed to be turned in? Those of us who have paid for them, and were told that they wouldn't be taken the first time around, and were grandfathered.
Right.
That's wrong if they're being taken away.
So the ones from like the pre-ban era, you know, if you own magazines from the pre-Clinton ban, right?
Right.
Even though if you have those registered, well, they want now.
Right. Okay. So let's bring that back around to what we're talking about with the assault weapon.
Yeah.
We're talking about what about guys that have weapons that were registered as an assault weapon prior to this whole new law and the bullet button thing, right?
An actual assault weapon.
Right.
That just in California, that just means there's a magazine release and a pistol grip.
Right. So now, and that's the way we got some of our pistols, our AR pistols in here before they banned those, the single shot exemption as well. So now here's the thing. People that have weapons that are already registered as assault weapons from the prior ban, have them registered as an assault weapon. And in that assault weapon, they can have pistol grip, they can have telescoping stock, they can have flashlight or whatever they want on it, and even that nice black button that we all want on our weapons, and that's considered an assault weapon. So what we're finding out now is that California made a huge mistake. They made this brand new law in the hype and hope of maybe public safety and everything like that. And of course that's BS.
Public safety. Yeah. Okay.
That's their idea of everything, right? So now that they've done that, they've gone through and they created all this new laws and orders to make everything work out, only to find out there's a problem with that. They can't redefine assault weapon. So if you register your weapon right now, your bullet button gun, as an assault weapon, and then you take the bullet button out and you put a regular button on, and somebody comes up and says, hey, you have a mag release on that gun, and you go, yeah, and they arrest you, then you're going to get up in front of the court, and what are you going to say? You're going to say, I have a registered assault weapon, because the definition hasn't changed. And that's where the DOJ is having a problem right now and put everything on hold. That's what's going on.
All right, so that makes no sense, but that makes perfect sense. Okay, because, so you can't use the same word to make two different meanings.
And one of the problems that they were having, you know, they opened up a site where we were supposed to go and register it and be able to, at the beginning of the year, I believe it was, and it's down. As a matter of fact, it says the ability to register an assault weapon pursuant to Assembly Bill 1135 and Senate Bill 880 is not yet available. Pursuant to AB 1135 and SB 80, assault weapon registration regulations must be effective before registrations can take place. At this time, the registrations are still pending. However, they should be effective in the very near future.
So here we are, a quarter away into the year.
Right, and it's not set. Now they have until the end of the year to get this thing set, and then it's going to be a mad rush for everybody to try to register.
That's only 8 months.
Time is clicking by very quickly.
I mean, 8 months for a registry of millions of weapons is nothing.
Right, so they had to drop it because they don't have a separate registration for assault weapons that are bullet button assault weapons.
So they need to come up with
one assault weapon thing, right? Now that's so all the people that want to register their weapons are going to be taking a chance of whether or not that will get passed. That we can keep our bullet button or we can keep a regular magazine release on it. Okay. Then you have the other people that want to take these things and make them featureless, not making them assault weapon under California's version of what an assault weapon is, because we know that's not what it is. It was actually
just a word.
I think it was defined in 1934 in the National Firearms Act.
NFA Act, yeah.
Right. So, but past that.
That means machine guns.
So, yeah. Now we have all these guys coming out with ways to defeat the new bullet button things, like making shark fins or what we call wraps for pistol grips. Okay. Taking off their flash hiders and putting on comps. Putting on angled grips or stocks in angled grips that you can't put your thumb around.
So no pistol grip, more like a hunting stock, and then you can have a magazine release.
Exactly. Now, one thing you're going to run into are people that have pistols, AR pistols.
Okay.
Okay, so in California, if you have a pistol, it cannot have a thread. It can't be a threaded pistol, a threaded barrel pistol.
Okay, right.
So these guys that have flash hiders on them and stuff like that, they're going to probably have to change those parts, and they're probably going to have to either solder them on
or like
get rid of
the
threading that's on it. Otherwise, they can be in trouble.
Because even though it's an AR, but it's a pistol, I mean, it's so convoluted.
Yeah, the whole thing is crazy. I mean, we can talk more in depth about it probably at another time, which would probably be a good thing to do, because we don't want anybody getting arrested out there, and we don't want anybody to become statistics unless you have enough money and a great lawyer and can fight this all the way to the Supreme Court. Then please, by all means. But seriously.
Caution. Okay, well, no, thank you. Because, and we'll touch more on it. There's other topics that will lead right back here many times over, I'm sure. But that gives me a better idea. Hopefully, you guys got a better idea of
yes.
What so we'll just have to kind of wait and see, I guess, what we're going to do as far as the registration thing. Like Joe just said, it's not even set up. So if you were to try it and register your weapon right now, you couldn't. You wouldn't even be able to. So right now, I guess time will tell.
And like I said before, just because they've withdrawn their new regulations doesn't mean that they're not going back to attack it again with different types of regulations
you can bet.
within the constraints of the law. So be prepared to still have to register your weapon. It's not like this is over. And also, one more thing I want to point out. If you did not build your strip lower before the beginning of the year, you're not really supposed to be able to register it as a bullet button assault weapon.
Because you have to have the
You're going to have to build
it
featureless, period. And that's why we can still buy ARs right now, we can still buy lowers, is because we can build them featureless. It's those of us who had our lowers before the beginning of the year that can register them as assault weapons so long as we had them built up.
Well,
a lot of information. Sorry I had to throw that last
No, that's good. That's good stuff. But whoever's coming up with this stuff needs a good flogging publicly.
Absolutely.
So anyway, guys, thanks for watching On the Firing Line with Matt and Joe, and we will catch you next time.
Always.